Hey, movie lovers, Merry Christmas. So, listen, I know I said I wasn't doing any more episodes this year, but I didn't want to wait until January to give you my review of Star Wars. So, don't think of this as an episode, just think of this as a little bonus video. So, alright, let's get into it. And spoiler alert, in case that wasn't obvious. Okay, so first of all, let me just say, it was awesome. I mean, I was fully enthralled for the entire movie. And when the John Williams score started up and we got our opening crawl, I admit I got a little giddy. But with that being said, it wasn't the flawless Star Wars movie like A New Hope and Empire like I was hoping this one would be. And don't get me wrong, it didn't have any outrageous Ewok or Gungan characters to piss me off. But the biggest problem was, and I know a lot of critics have been saying this online, it was basically A New Hope all over again. I mean, let's compare. I mean, in this movie, you have a rebel fighter in the opening scene who is about to be taken captive by the evil Empire, or the First Order in this case. And before he's captured, he stores vital information on a droid unit. And then once he's captured by the Empire, he is tortured for said information. Meanwhile, the droid ends up on a desert planet, which is a mirror image of Tatooine in A New Hope. I mean, really, Abrams? I mean, you couldn't have made the terrain of Jakku just a little different? And then, once the droid is on the planet, he meets up with a untrained Jedi who hasn't realized their potential yet. I mean, stop me if you've heard this story before. Then, once our heroes are chased off of the desert planet by the Empire, they eventually arrive at this forest planet, and again, this looks suspiciously like Yavin 4 in A New Hope. I mean, it's the same forest terrain, it's even got the same ruins. They arrive at the saloon, which, this is just a blatant repeat of the cantina scene. And throughout all of this, and the first half of the movie, one of the main characters is just trying to get away from the struggle, until finally he man-ups and decides to try to help his new friends. And then later on in the movie, we have a major character killed off by way of lightsaber by the main antagonist, all while the young hero watches helplessly from afar. And then, finally, in a visually stunning battle scene, the Death Star, or Star Killer, is destroyed in pretty spectacular fashion by a handful of fighters. So again, it's a pretty familiar plot. And it's not to say that it wasn't exciting seeing a familiar story told with both new and old characters. It's just that I was expecting a little bit more from Abrams than just rehashing old ideas. When I heard George Lucas give his opinion on the new movie after he saw it, I think what he said was, I think it's the movie that Star Wars fans have been waiting for. And now that I've seen the movie, I think that what he meant by that was fans have wanted the first movie told over again. And if that's what he meant, then sure, he was kind of being an ass, but is he wrong? But even with all the similarities between this movie and A New Hope, I would still say it's about the third best Star Wars movie in the saga. And as much as I wanted to give it my first perfect score, I mean, JJ, I was saving it for you. I mean, with all the problems with the similarities, I just couldn't do it. So I had to give Star Wars The Force Awakens 3.5 popcorns out of 4. Okay, well, that about does it for this episode. No entertainment news or movieisms here, just the review. And this shameless plug right here. If you watched my Star Wars special last week and you enjoyed watching one of my co-stars in it, Jason Crow, then go to your nearest Redbox and pick up The Legend of Wasco, of which Jason Crow stars in. And, killer clowns, guys. I mean, this is your perfect Christmas movie. And funny guy, that Jason Crow, most of the time. So pick that up and have a happy and safe Christmas. Don't get too drunk on eggnog, and I will see you guys again in the new year.